very young. And I forgot that it's my turn. And then I just watched him, oh my God, and I'm leaving. You know what? Every time I come to church, I'm always blessed with the music that we have here. Yeah, God bless this church with talented musicians in this church. And I know not only in this earth that we will be enjoying the kind of music, but in heaven. The topic that we're going to study this morning is Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. This is one of my favorite songs, Turn Your Eyes, because every worship, especially in the Philippines, okay, let's have some service. Right away, the first song that will come out is Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus, without any thinking at all. So this is the favorite, not only my favorite, but most people, okay? Well, short sermon can move the heart, right? Longer sermon can move the mind, but the longest sermon can move the chair. I hope, I don't know which one will move today. But back in the college where I studied in multiple college, every service, I know that, every time when the preacher speaks too long, you know, the students always bring their spoons. So after the service, they will go right away to the cafeteria and line up for the lunch, okay? So every time the preacher will speak so long, you can hear a lot of spoons drop. And then, because it's cemented, so you can hear the tick, 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 like away. It goes to show that they are already hungry. Well, in this place, we have a carpet here. I cannot hear the tinkling of the spoon. Okay? And I know nobody brought it. Okay? When my husband preached 3 Sabbaths ago, and I was not here. So I was at home taking care of my 2 children because of chicken pox, okay? So when he came home, the first thing I asked him, Dar, how long did it take you to preach? That was my question, how long? I don't know. Okay, then he said, well, it's just short. Okay, it's good. So, and then Lester forwarded the video of his sermon. And I watched, and I really calculated because there are a lot of slides. It didn't contain in one video. There are a lot of slides there. And then I really counted how many minutes in one slide. And I added it, sum it up. And then it took him 45 minutes. And then I said, Lar, it took you so long to preach. And then he said, well, the clock is not working. I'm then sick. And then I didn't bring my watch. So I made sure I brought my watch. Okay. Well, our text is found in Hebrews 12, verse 2. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. Shall we pray? Dear God in heaven, now we come to you. We're going to study your word. And I can recognize that I am a sinner. But Lord, you promise that if we come to you, if we will ask forgiveness, you will cover us with your righteousness. And so I pray that, Lord, in the power of me, that I may speak words from you, Lord. And that's why give them understanding and heal us, Lord. Thank you so much. We will be blessed for the service in Jesus' name. Amen. The focus of our study this morning is found in Matthew 14, verses 22 to 33. Okay, we're not going to read that text by text, because every time during a worship in our house, if I'm going to tell the story to our kids using the Bible text by text, they will get bored. Okay, they would rather have it in a story time. So this morning we will do our best with God's help to learn the story in this text in a story time. Okay, The reason why I asked is because I want to move around. Okay. Okay, this slide. It happened just after Jesus had performed a miracle. Okay. The disciples must have been so weary after carrying all the food to feeding how many people? How many people? 5,000 people. Remember? 5,000. And then they were the one carrying the food, okay? And so they've been so weary. And then after that, Jesus also asked them to pick all the fragments. And how many baskets they have gathered? There were 12 baskets. So here comes again my accent. I am sometimes, the B becomes V and the B becomes F. I hope you understand that. Okay, and so after that, Jesus told them to get in a boat and sail to the other side of the lake for a rest while he sent the people home. Okay, I can see here in this part that Jesus is also concerned when you are tired after the time. And so I like here in Canada so much. Though many people, some who might be here for the first time, they don't appreciate it. But for me, everything is good. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Because here, you have a lot of spas, you have like rest, you have like breaks, vacation, and some of you sometimes you go on cruise and those kind of things. A lot of vacations, and it means we really need that. Yeah, rest. And so with this one also, Jesus sent his disciples to go to the other lake for a rest. Okay. Then, when he was alone, he climbed the mountain and prayed. Later that night, a storm came up. Remember his disciples out in the lake. Jesus decided to go with them. Okay, so and because there was a storm, what happened to my disciples? I must go there. Okay? But now, there was no boat anymore, right? Because it's gone. And maybe they have gone farther away already. So, he went down to the shore and kept right on walking across the water. So, it's just walking across the water. Oh, well, like that. I wish we could experience that. So, he was walking on the water. And when the disciples saw him, okay, there you go. When the disciples saw a figure, okay, walking on the water, when they saw him, they were terrified. They were scared. It's a ghost. Of course. Can you imagine yourself? You are at the sea, on the sea, and then somebody is approaching, and then maybe the dress is gliding like that. How do you feel? They were afraid. But then Jesus said, don't be afraid. It is I. But then here comes Peter with a big idea right away. Lord, it is you. If it is you, then let me come to you. Let me walk on the water too. Okay. So, what Jesus said? Come. Probably Peter didn't expect that answer. Come. No. Peter is climbing over to the other boat, and then he started to walk. Started also walking toward Jesus. Wow, it's wonderful. I am walking as Jesus walked also. But then, it didn't last long. Because when he was walking, and then he started to turn his eyes off Jesus and began to look around, and then looking at the big waves. And then he thought of, what if these big waves, one of those big waves should knock him over, something like that. And what if he lost his, he lost his footing, something like that. He began to doubt. And then that's where he began to sing, right? And the very moment he began to sing, he cried, Lord, save me! Immediately, Jesus was by his side, holding him up. Okay? When Peter took his eyes off from Jesus and saw the waves, he began to sink. Now, what are the things that can take our eyes off from Jesus? Do we have the same experience too? Now, there are three here. Yeah, I think three. Don't worry, only three. Oh, four. There are four here that will take our eyes off from Jesus. Number one. Can you guess? Any guess?
Care for the world.
Wow. Very good. Anyone else? Last of the eyes? Pride? Okay. Oh, Neil knows this one. He was editing this. That's right. Okay, right. Okay. Number one, pride. Ellen White tells us, looking unto Jesus, Peter walked securely, but as in self-satisfaction,